Hello, we're back again today with Miss Drama, and we're going to see what she does when we take her halter off and try her out at Liberty. But first we enter the space and kind of get a feel for warming up, being calm, testing out some of the skills that she already knows. I set back with my body motion and point to the inside to work on that turn. She's done it hundreds of times at this point, and it's getting real smooth. Love the looseness in her body. Lots of relaxation to be happy about there. She does take over and start trotting on her own before I ask. So I stop the motion in my body and even back up a step, and she goes right back down to the walk for me. And then I point my hand forward when I'm ready for her to trot. So she was with me. That's part of the communication between us. She was paying attention to me enough to see when my motion stopped that I wasn't ready for her to trot. Here's what it looks like from the POV view. For me. I stopped my body. She came right back down to stop, and then I lift my hand up and point out, and she takes right off just from that. And here we do the turn to the opposite direction. She stays mostly out on the circle. And she's very used to my body language at this point. So I'm going to be using some of the same body language with pointing with my hands and using my flag when we take the halter off. So we want to reinforce those things. And now we take the halter off. Will she run away and buck and fart in my face? I doubt it. I don't think we show the exact moments afterwards, but this is, she pretty much meandered around a little bit and sniffed some stuff, which honestly is great. Anytime that sniffing and checking stuff out is going on, especially when she's in this calm mental state, you can see how low she's holding her head. It's not in a high state of arousal. It's good. Curiosity is great. You can't be curious if you're fearful. If you're in that sympathetic nervous system, you're only worried about running away and not smelling and interacting with your environment. So we're happy there. And there I just test to see if she's with me. I've done this with her hundreds and hundreds of times, walking to and from the barn. I will walk and then just stop and see if she's ready to stop with me, and she was. And I'm just, in my heart, I don't really have any expectations from her. I just, if she wants to hang with me, we can hang. Good girl. And if she doesn't want to hang, she's free to move about the cabin. And we try out, I feel like she's comfortable enough. I try out the first little bit of trotting, and she keeps 2 whole circles with me at the trot, which I think is really great considering how little time I've had with her. And here she decides to trot out and use the rest of the arena, which is cool. She's more than welcome to. But she's still really willing to come back down to the walk, and I ask her to halt here and tell her to whoa, and she does, which is super awesome. Nice stretchy trot. And here's where I take a couple steps back and take the pressure off of her, and then I verbally say whoa, and she stops almost exactly what I say whoa, which is awesome. And then I just let her sit with it and be with it as long as she wants to. And here's what it looked like from my angle. Ooh. I'm still positioning my body like I would when I'm trotting with the lunge line on. And then I told her to whoa, and then I back up some, as we could see more clearly there, to give her that release. Telling her she's a good girl. Now she, like most horses, she's more comfortable seeing the flag out of the other eye. I'm trying to get her to move to her left, and she doesn't want to. She wants to keep me in her left eye. So I got a little bit of a change when I was just clucking back, and then asking for her to move over, and she did a little bit. And though, so that I stopped as long as it takes to get the action, and then I stopped. And then we have a little bit of fun. She engages the turbos. The most important part, though, is that she was having fun, but having fun without fear and anxiety. So she never got herself worked up to where she was scared. The most scare she got was here. We worked with the hula hoop a little bit, and she's seen the hula hoop before, but she has the choice now, especially without a halter on, if she doesn't want to play with me anymore and she gets too scared by the hula hoop, she can just go somewhere else if she wanted. But we work on progressively. At first, she was a little nervous about me just holding it up, and then progressively we work on seeing if she can take a step forward and put her head through it, and eventually we get pretty far along with it. And there's still a little bit of, she's doing it for the treats, but you can still see there's a little bit of tension there. Ideally after doing it a little bit more, she'd show no reaction. You can see where the moment where she's like, I think I need to back up. But each of these, obviously it's not, this is just something fun to do, but even fun things like this build their confidence. And I don't know that we'll see a hula hoop in her travels somewhere, but she gets more confident with that she can do interesting, scary new things. And that was a pretty successful mission. See you next time.